So y'all weasel made a little bit of a boo-boo, and if I had like read all of the information about the fact that this is an incomplete video game that was never actually released, I probably would have noticed the fact that it doesn't support saving. It has a save menu. Within like one run of the game, you can save and load, but it doesn't actually support saving. The saves, they are gone. It is just saved in memory. So, oopsie poopsie. We're just gonna quickly redo everything we did last time. I'm gonna see how much of it I actually remember. Speed running, where by speed running I mean slow running.
Good evening, Chaplain Mathers.
Chaplain Mathers? Did you lose your holy beads in the latrine again?
I'll be right back.
Holy beads, holy beads. Anybody remember getting holy beads? I don't. What sort of beads does one lose in the toilet? Ask Nettie in chat. You know the answer, and you know how holy they truly are. Last known whereabouts, Southern Lordaeron, -- travels widely. Double hyphen bastards! You could have written an M dash. That's probably fine. That's all good. Those animations are supposed to be happening. I think this is roughly the point where we were, because I didn't yet know what to do with the horn, right? Right? Yeah. Hey guys, I have a horn. You want it?
That's not a good idea.
Apparently not. Where would I need to blow my horn? Near the trap, suggests Lord App. I don't really know why I would do that. Is it a Wendigo attracting horn?
I don't want to stick that there.
So it had nothing to do with it. It was a horn in the biological sense, not in the musical sense. Okay, well, whatever. I've once again ruined this poor guy's day, and I'm just gonna steal more of his meat. I spend most of this game stealing meat from people. That's like the main thrust of the plot of this game is stealing meat. Warcraft Adventures. Thrall steals meat. Hey, big boy, I got some better meat for you. Now I'll just replace that delicious, tasty meat I could have used to survive with a delicious bladder. Squeeze all the piss out of that. I'll make a bagpipe out of it.
I'm not putting my hand in that. It won't do anything.
Definitely gonna make a bagpipe out of it. How do we make a bagpipe out of it?
That won't work.
Bro just squeezed wolf piss out of a bladder and he's like, I don't want to put my hand in that, says Denny in chat.
Full.
Yeah. So you're using it as a water storage device. It was just full of piss, but you know, whatever. I hope you washed it out pretty thoroughly. Let's take a nice drink of tasty water. Okay, who wants some water? Hey guys, you want some piss? I mean water. That sure is some good water. This is Kuroyuki in chat. Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
I like the idea, even though he's of course talking to me, the player, I like the idea that he walks up to the shaman and just sort of announces, "That's not a good idea," and then walks away. What does the shaman think just happened? Okay, where would I use water? Use it on that fire, says Lord Apkin Chat. Was there a fire I needed to deal with? I mean, I guess probably not around here. Thrall has an external dialogue, says Nettie in chat. Yeah, his internal dialogue is an external dialogue. I don't remember any fire I needed to deal with, but maybe I'm just not remembering. Fire, 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 fire. I mean, you're right, it would make the most sense for it to be used on a fire. But, the only fire I remember is the one we already dealt with, isn't it? The fire in the shaman's hut. I mean, I guess that is a fire. Why would we put out the shaman's fire? That seems like kind of a dick move. I've gotten addicted to skipping the animations. Help, help, I'm addicted to skipping the animations. Oh, it's not even an interactable, so definitely not.
That's not a good idea.
Huh. I mean, that would make the most sense. Like, we got a bunch of water, use it on a fire. Oh, I can take the whole wow, that guy who was trying to hunt a Wendigo, I've just, like, ruined his life for no f***ing reason. Really, really dick move on old Thrall's part. You want some wolf piss?
I should empty my bladder somewhere else.
You want some Wendigo trap?
The trap would be no help there.
Okay, where do I need to trap something? Imagine chilling by the fire, thinking, making plans, and Thrall violates your personal space and yells, "That's not a good idea," says Nettie in chat. Yeah, exactly. They're just there, and then Thrall just walks in and goes, "That's not a good idea," and then leaves. It's like, I have no idea what that meant. Is that good? Is that bad? I'm just in my house here. What the hell are you doing? Okay, I have a trap.
Nah.
I have a trap. What do I do with a trap? Yeah, when you skip cutscenes, that happens sometimes, so maybe not the best idea. See if anything has changed in the other zones, suggests Lord App. I guess I have no reason not to, and I was sort of on my way to another zone just because I don't know what else to do anyway. Let's just go in the horizontal order. Can I, like, use the chain from the trap to rebuild this bridge? That's complete insanity. I seem to have chosen the right insanity.
Trap would be
nope.
I should empty my bladder somewhere else.
Empty out that water bladder over the chasm. Have you tried trap/bladder on snow beasts? Yes, Nettie. I tried both of them on the snow beasts. I feel like I can't possibly be done with this area.
The trap would be no help there.
This poor little piglet. I'll save him by trapping him. Oh, he's not even interactable. Never mind, I will not.
The trap would be no help there.
We water down their ale.
Bladder somewhere else.
I still feel like this area is probably not done with, but that doesn't mean that one of the items that I'm currently staring at was the right one. Hey, wait. No, I guess that's not a new interactable thing. I'm gonna try the other area. I'm so surprised that this vulture is not interactable, but it's not.
The trap would be no help there. I should empty my bladder somewhere else.
Very adventure game. I feel at this moment as if I am playing an adventure game. The only other thing I can think of is the bones, as Lord Afghan chat. That's a good point. I haven't done anything with the bone yet, have I?
That won't work. I'm positive this won't work.
Here, boy.
I don't want to stick that there.
He didn't want to stick that there.
I should empty my bladder somewhere else. The trap would be no help there.
So I got water from there. Maybe now I need to bone it.
I don't want to stick that there.
Did I do something with the spilled blood?
I don't want to stick that there.
What would I do with the spilled blood?
I should empty my bladder somewhere else. The trap would be no help there. No.
Nothing interactable over here. Okay. I mean, the fact that I'm able to enter here, but I've not done anything in here yet. I've tried, Nettie, you know, you cannot take the patch of fur. He just sort of, well, you know what? I'm fairly certain I'm tried, but I'm no longer certain of anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and try again. By going to the wrong area.
I don't need that.
He doesn't need that. He's confident that he doesn't need that.
I don't want to stick that there.
It is genuinely strange that this seems to be nothing. Why can't I talk to any of these people?
I should not disturb him.
Are you sure you should not disturb him?
Return to the clan, or leave this place forever.
That's right. That's right. The axe of blah blah blah. Interactable piece of ground in the Snow Beast area. That's an interesting thought. I forgot that he had talked about needing to get the axe of Doobly-Doo. No, just the Snow Beasts themselves. That was a good thought, because it would make a certain degree of sense. Wait, is there... What the... Oh my god, there's a left! There's a left!
He's got bigger horns than the rest of them.
Let's have a chat with him.
I don't think he's listening.
Let's grab him.
Stay.
And I'll bet if I try to go up to this, he'll get angry at me. Nope, he doesn't seem to mind.
I don't like the looks of this.
It looks magical. Touch it. Open
This
says
door doesn't
me.
seem very thick.
Let's just kill this innocent creature for no
The
reason.
trap would be no help there.
You sure about that?
I should empty my bladder somewhere else. I don't want to stick
Here, boy.
that there. I don't want to stick that there.
I feel like this is going to be a puzzle, but the fact that it didn't, like, zoom in so I could click on the keys or something.
This door doesn't seem very thick.
This door doesn't seem very thick, so what do I break it with? I mean, a bone, obviously.
I don't want to stick that.
But he doesn't
there.
want to stick that there. How about
The
this?
trap would be no help there. It's a handy tool. It's a handy tool.
Huh.
But
I
not
found
there.
a new area and still nothing new to do. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's anywhere else to go here. Fair point. I looked at the surface. I didn't look at the carvings.
I see nothing special.
He sees nothing special. Just ancient stone carvings. You know, no big deal.
Not here. No. This door doesn't seem very thick.
This door doesn't seem very thick. I've hit both of them, Lord Apk. Whether I hit the smooth stone surface or the carvings, it has the same result.
This door doesn't seem very thick.
Unless there's like a specific carving and they're all different, but they all seem to be exactly the
This door doesn't
same.
seem very thick.
I think that we need to get this lone snow creature to run at this. so that he breaks it down, and the carvings have nothing to do with anything. But can I attract him with a rotting carcass?
That's not a good idea. I don't want to stick that. That doesn't quite fit.
Apparently not. Yeah, I think that the solution to this is going to be to get this lone snow creature to run at it. I feel like he's injured in some way, like I need to do the what's the fable, the mouse and the lion or something. I need to do that, but I don't know how. This appears to be an ancient dwarven rune for pull. What could it mean? Says Nettie in chat. Can you use the rat with the trap? Oh, like maybe I combine them.
Nah.
Nah.
He's got bigger horns than the rest of them. Doesn't look like much of a talker. Stay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe he's not injured. He's just sort of leaning casually. Here's these two. But I feel like we probably dealt with these two. We got the horn off of them. I tried, Lord Apk.
I don't want to stick that.
He doesn't want to stick that there. I'm gonna save just to make myself feel better. The saves don't work, but I'm gonna save anyway. Bone with trap.
Nah.
Tinker with trap. Wanted poster with trap.
It won't do anything.
Icicles. Hello. Hello.
I should empty my bladder somewhere else. The trap would be no help there. That's not a good idea.
Thinking of what I could throw at icicles and break them.
I don't want to stick that there. It's a handy tool, but not there. No. Nah.
Okay. Well, I found a new interactable, and there's nothing else I could do with it. Well, I haven't tried just like this. Indeed.
Those must have taken a long time to make. I should empty my bladder somewhere else.
What makes sense to me right now is I get this surface icy and like Toro this creature to run towards me, and then it hits the door and it breaks it. But I don't know how to do any of that. Can you eat the door, asks Lord App.
Maybe if I had some salt.
Maybe if I had some salt. I can't eat it unsalted. It's just too plain.
It's a handy tool, but not there.
Is everybody following my idea here? I need to like get this area slippery and then get this monster to run at me, and then I get out of the way and he slips into there. Like all of the ice and thin wall and guy with big horns, it all adds up. Oh, that's right, Lord App. We need something red for that idea. In real life, that's dumb, but in a video game, that is 100% the situation. I need something to Toro him with. Nothing appears to be left here. No, do actually leave, thank you. I haven't gone back into What's-His-Face's store since I got what I assumed was the last thing I needed out of it, but maybe he wants a bladder. Maybe he's just that kind of freak. Lord App, I would say that I think I was pretty comprehensive in going everywhere I could go, but I did miss something pretty obvious. There was blood near the water, says Nettie in chat. Yeah, there is blood, but I don't have any cloth to stain using the blood. Such as this cloth that I can't take. Do you want a Wendigo trap?
Sorry, those aren't selling right now.
Do you want a bladder?
I couldn't give you anything for that.
Do you want a lighter?
I've already got 5 of those.
He's already got 5 lighters.
I can't use one of those. Sorry, those aren't selling right now. I can't use one of those.
Yeah, Nettie, I think that that became the cloth that we use to make a torch, which is a little bit sad if that's the case, because I don't have it anymore.
Sorry, those aren't selling right now. I couldn't give you anything for that.
Okay, we have nothing to trade with him. Nothing we can take from the drunkards.
Looks like the gnomes made off with their last... Huh?
Talk to the pig pen. Oh, that's an interesting thought, Nettie. Dip the poster in blood, turn it red. I mean, this is all like we are deep into. Yahweasel has made a long series of assumptions here. Remember that it is entirely possible that the solution does not involve toroing the snow beast. I think it was up here. Yeah.
Not here.
Not here. Come on, don't be ridiculous. Not here.
I don't want to stick that there. That's not a good idea. I should empty my bladder somewhere else.
Have I tried, like, bladder plus blood equals red water or equals pigment?
I should empty my bladder somewhere else. I should empty my bladder somewhere
You sure you don't want this blood-stained fur? What about on a bone?
I don't want to stick that there.
If you tried the carcass with the bone to make a lure, suggest Nettie in chat.
I don't want to stick that
He doesn't want to stick that there, okay? He doesn't want to stick that there.
That doesn't quite fit. Maybe if I... That won't work. I'm positive this won't work.
I'm just like clicking random things together, see if anything happens.
This just ain't... It won't do. I don't want to stick that there.
Just pick up the blood like you would with glass powder then, says Nettie in chat. Yeah, really. If I can pick up glass powder, I can pick up blood.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
I should empty my bladder somewhere.
They want the axe of doobly-doo. I really don't think there's more places to go where the trap was, Lord Apk. Maybe here. Like, maybe I'm missing something on this screen. But on this screen, like, this whole left side is just, returning. Yeah, doesn't really seem like anything. Yeah, definitely pixel hunting time, I agree, Nettie.
The wolf's hide is rotting. I'm not hungry for that.
Are you sure you're not hungry for that? Looks pretty tasty.
I'm not putting my hand in that.
Let me walk away so I can't reach the icicle.
Reach that?
I could have reached it where I was standing, but I had to walk over here to acknowledge that I can't reach it.
The trap would be no help there. Stay.
Huh, I can approach him from different angles. Because last time I came from this angle. What happens if I try to go up here and just not bother him? I don't walk at all. I just don't move. He refuses to go there. Okay.
They all look the same? I don't think so. They all look the same and all they do is slam heads. Kind of like the war song clan.
Herp derp.
He's got bigger horns than the rest of them. It won't do anything.
You sure you don't want a rotting carcass? I'm really shocked
there.
that the bone doesn't
I don't
work.
want to stick that
I
there.
really expected it to be like, here, boy.
Stay.
Okay, now he just refuses to try. Do it! Do it! Thrall's brain is broke. Thrall's brain is broke, folks. Thrall's brain is broke. He won't do it anymore.
Don't work. I should empty my bladder somewhere else.
What am I missing?
Not here. Not here. Not here.
If I had something to, like, throw at the icicles, if I had my rock in a sock still, throw it at the icicle, knock it down, just stab the snow beast, get him angry, get him to run at me. Like, I have the end of this quest, I just don't have the beginning. I must have tried using the bladder on the door, Lord App. That surely would have been one of the first things I tried. What the hell is wrong with me? What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, so it's not quite Toro, but it's the mirror problem that animals don't recognize their own reflections. So, very similar idea. Well, that calls for a save state. Just gonna go ahead and make a quickaroonie save state. There's the axe. It's frozen.
I don't think I can beat him with my bare hands.
Even when he's dead? So there's like a hot spring or something up there, and I'm assuming even with fire I can't get the frozen axe out.
It's a handy tool, but not there.
It's a handy tool for making fire, but it's not going to help melt ice. Don't be ridiculous.
Frozen in place. I can't move it.
Just grab some ice shards off the
It'll
ground.
melt too quickly.
Okay. I think you should dive into the crack in the floor.
Steam. Maybe there's a hot spring down there.
Yeah, I saw the steam in the background. I was thinking, like, if I can redirect that steam somehow.
I'm not putting my hand in that.
No, I just wanted you to collect some steam in the same way as you might collect shards of glass.
Don't work.
Oh, interesting. There's no further I can go in here, but there are stalactites. The icicles didn't do anything either. What the hell?
Those things look pretty sharp. That one's a lot bigger than the rest. There's a crack running across it.
Okay, so what do I do to knock down the large stalactite? That, apparently. Interesting technique. Uh-oh, you made him angry. Scalding water. Van Whitman, as far as I can tell, you can't die in this game. Doesn't that suck? This is not a Sierra game. You could tell. Well, I think you should get your hands right into this scalding water. This yellow scalding water, you know, the color of scalding water. I feel like like all of the ice that was holding this here was knocked away, so maybe you can just push this now. No. Oh, yep, apparently. And there's some gloves on the ground. This seems like the right solution. We'll just hope that the axe floats. It'll float. Why wouldn't it float? It'll be fine. And if the axe sinks, then we just lost a priceless artifact. No big deal. Oh, I see. He's not actually putting it in. He's just putting it near. Why aren't you putting it in? This is obviously not enough to melt it. Look at all this ice around. It ain't gonna melt. Push it in. Do it. Do it. Push it in. Yes. Let us assume. Make an ass out of you and me.
But the axe has gone under that hot water.
Wow. It's almost as if exactly what I said. Still too hot, huh?
Too hot. The trap would be no help there.
What are you talking about? Go fishing. It's fine.
That's not a good idea.
Stick your bone in there.
I don't want to stick that there.
Cook the carcass. Okay. I'm betting that we somehow use the beast to help. Stone imprints. Okay.
Odd. Carvings shaped like hands.
Well, stick your hands there.
My hands fit perfectly. It's almost as if...
It's almost as if they're fairly average-sized hands. I think you should stick your face in the face imprint. Okay, just...
It looks just like me. What kind of orc talks to himself?
Technically speaking, he's not talking to himself. He's talking to the player. He's talking to me. So, it's a valid question.
I don't want to stick that there.
And I assume I can't leave now because this jerk is in the way.
I don't think he'll let me leave. The trap would be no help there. I don't want to stick that there.
I think that's basically to suggest, hey, everything you need is in here. Don't go searching for it elsewhere. I keep wanting the bone to work, Lord App. That's why I keep going. Here, boy.
I get brain freeze for sure.
What about those other icicles on the left, says Lord Apkin chat. I assume that these were just to sort of draw your attention to the big one.
Those things look pretty sharp.
Can't reach them.
Can't reach that.
It is, bitch. This is dumb shit. He has his own video game. Isn't that amazing? On the last screen, there were other icicles on... If you mean outside the cave, I can't go outside the cave right now. I'm trapped. Oh, look at that. There's a large icicle here. Never mind. I didn't even notice that.
The trap would be no help there.
Sure about that? Okay, this one you can just break off. Whatever. Needed the trap for the big one. Just like cooling down your soup. I mean, if this is a hot spring, this is not the solution. Like, that should be cool enough to deal with the heat from the center of the earth. And now I will use the axe to kill this beast.
The dwarves of the Northrun, as are our nearest enemies. Let's Thrall infiltrate their great aviary and steal an egg from one of their griffins. If he can't survive that, I'll follow him through the gates of hell itself.
I accept your challenge, Wolf Rider. If bringing you a griffin's egg will win your respect, then you shall have one.
Oh, well, that's all the cutscene we get, since it was very broken. Yeah, the incomplete game, missing cutscenes, you gotta expect these things. I'm gonna quickly save state here. Do-do-do-do. So we get to keep it? We get to keep the axe? Can we kill him with the axe?
That's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea to kill the shaman with an axe.
Tell me more about these scrolls.
I have selected these 3 scrolls for you. I feel they will serve you well.
Yeah, probably,
Study the
Lord Apt.
scrolls, and remember that each requires a special item to use it. Only when you touch that item to the scroll will your spell be properly prepared.
Interesting. Scroll plus item equals spell. So there's a spell ingredient system. But we don't actually have the scrolls. Unless they're, like, here somehow? Don't seem to be. How long until all the dialogue devolves into placeholder text? Ask Daddy in chat. Who knows?
I should know.
Find the orc known as Doomhammer.
Why is he important?
He was once the war chief of all the clans. There is much he can tell you.
Oh. Thank you, Lord Apk. They are just sitting on the ground there. Obviously, that would have been clearer with a more complete cutscene, but incomplete game, can't blame it. Phantom Image, Shapeshift, and Bridge of Bone. Put bone on Bridge of Bone? Apparently.
It won't do anything.
Just gonna, you know, see if I happen to have the right things for any of these. I don't know why I would.
Maybe if that... I'm positive this won't work.
Okay. Just had to try it.
Can I
Oh, we know where to
when
use the
it's
Bridge of
finished?
Bone.
When it's finished, your task is to ensure that it never ends.
Ah, this is the history of the clan.
I know that you still doubt me, brother, but I won't let you down again.
This is the one we pissed off because he was in the hunt. We just ruined his life for no reason.
I will uphold the name of my father.
Your father? You need to make a name for yourself now, whelp.
Good point. Yeah, exactly, a bit. Right now, he's writing the history of the clan, but as soon as we're in the clan, he's writing the legacy of the dumb shits.
We are now of the same clan, brother.
If my father has faith in you, then I have faith in you, Thrall.
We had a good conversation. Hey, you're here now.
Well, listen, I hear you're gonna be a big axe with the orcs. I figure maybe door-to-door service isn't too much to ask. Your Zeppelin awaits.
Wow, since we're more important now, he'll just come onto every screen, I guess. And he's even letting me in properly. Wow, how nice of him. Oh no. One of those flying those homing chickens, that's it. Had a bit of an accident. I mean, I know where to use the Bridge of Bone, so I don't know why I came here instead, but there's like an out bridge, and I just went, let's go here instead.
You're both complete idiots. Hurling a hammer from a griffin's saddle is nothing like throwing it when you're on the ground.
You don't have a clue as to what you're talking about, do you?
Aye, you're talking out of your keg hole.
Obviously, neither of yous ever experienced the sheer...
So, this game was never formally released, and saving doesn't work, and in the virtual machine I'm using, the audio doesn't work very well, so it's stuttery. We just have to deal with it.
Ah, you throw like a wee girl. The only power hurling you've mastered is after you've had a few kegs.
A few kegs? It's more like a few pints. He drinks like a wee girl, too.
Buddy, shut it! There's an orc spy approaching.
What a spy. Definitely a spy. Very good spying.
I'll never get past them looking like this.
If only I had that disguise I had earlier in the game and then decided to discard them for no reason. Well, I know where to use the bridge, so let's go use the bridge. Why, look, it's a chasm that used to have a bridge and now doesn't.
Looks like the bridge has collapsed into the chasm.
Thanks, I already knew that, dumb shit. Do I have to use it on the chasm or the broken bridge? On the chasm. Oh, that's an interesting thought, Lord App. Maybe I do need to use the shapeshift. Well, that was very creepy. Okay. Behold, I'm in a whole new world. And watch, this is going to take me to somewhere I could get with the Zeppelin, but I had to walk there first. The Zeppelin wasn't willing to take me there without my having already walked there. Why did you knock? I didn't tell you to knock. Why are you doing all of this? I'm not commanded. Sometimes you play the game, sometimes the game plays itself. He said the magic words, Lord App.
Looking for someone?
You'd best call this beast off if you value its life.
I'm not accustomed to taking orders from a slave.
I'm not anyone's slave, oh man.
Yes, I know who you are, boy. It would seem that the cub doesn't stray far from the wolf. You are indeed the son of Duratan.
Wow, so many options. Jeez, which should I choose? Oh man, I don't know which I should choose. And I think I'm gonna choose the second one.
Who are you, old one? How do you know me?
I am known as Doomhammer. Your father and I were once like brothers.
They
You're
fucked.
The Doomhammer? And you say that you knew my father? What's this all about?
There's time enough for questions, boy.
I get the feeling you might be a little bit old. Probably not the vital pup he once was.
Now come inside, and we'll talk a little treason.
Oh good, we'll talk about something, but that cutscene is not in the leaked version of this game, so what have I learned? Nothing! Ben Whitman, was that the voice actor for Optimus Prime? Is that what you're saying? It's a door. He could talk to Lord App. We had a good conversation.
Nah.
Well, I guess I just get to guess what we learned in there. Perfect. Flawless.
I don't want to wear out my welcome.
See, I've spent 0 seconds in there. That's too much. I don't want to wear out my welcome. Oh, is Hellhounds are invisible. That's nice. It was a private conversation, says Nettie and Chat. Oh, yeah. It was between Thrall and Doomhammer, not Thrall, Doomhammer, and the player. Well, let's kill one of the Hellhounds, the invisible Hellhounds.
Work.
The axe won't work on the Hellhound. I mean, it is invisible, in fairness, so... Well, I have no idea what we did there or what we learned. We didn't gain anything. We have no new items. Oh, dear. Shoot, normally when you achieve something in an adventure game, you actually get something for it. I think you're right that I probably need shapeshift to look like a dwarf for those jerks.
That'll work. I'm positive this won't work.
Can you use the scroll on the hound? I don't think it really works that way. I think it would have to be an item that's in your inventory. Oh, apparently we're knocking on the door again. We're going inside. Nope, he doesn't want to talk to us. Wasn't there a dead dwarf in Zul'jin's shop? Asks Nettie in chat. If there is, I have nothing new to trade for it. The whole cutscene is happening again? Okay. And it's an unskippable cutscene? Great. Okay, well, we're just gonna sit here and play through this again. I'm gonna have a quick nap. Yep, same cutscene. Unskippable. Well, I'm gonna take a quick nap.
Yes, I know you are, boy. It would seem that the cup doesn't stray far from the wolf. You are in need of some good.
Oh, good point, Nettie. We actually had a choice. Maybe if I had chosen the first one, we actually get to see it. Maybe it's just broken, and even though they are distinct choices, it just doesn't have the animation for them.
Your father and I were once like brothers.
In the biblical sense.
The Doomhammer?
You said you were fine? Let's go out. There's time enough questions, boy. Inside, and we'll talk a little treason.
We had a good conversation. You can read the scrolls you got, suggested Lord Apk. Of course you can. That's how you know what to combine them with. In retrospect, duh. The dark cloak of twisting nether shrouds the vision of both eye and mind. He who summons forth this power may assume the outwardly form of any worldly creature. Required reagent, something taken from the body of the creature whose shape you wish to assume. So we need something from the body of probably a dwarf, if that is the correct usage of it. Tame. No, that says... That definitely says tame, but I think it's supposed to say time. Tame and space are meaningless to the one who holds the key to their secrets. Werver. It's a human who transforms into a ver. Wherever one may cast this spell, his phantom double will appear. Required reagent, an image of oneself. There's a skull on this screen. So I know where there's an image of myself. Oh, hello. Okay, let's yoink one of these. There we go. And I know where there's an image of myself, but I don't know how I would take it. Well, let's do the next step that I'm fairly certain I know how to do. Gonna save state, even though I don't think this game lets you get stuck. Seems like a decent time to save state. Doo-doo-doo-doo. That's the save state sound.
Zanargagil! Dwarha!
Dwarha is Orcish for dwarf. You certainly look like a dwarf now. What? Why are you still green? You're still green!
Well, it's about time. I see you managed to get off your bum and show up.
You must be the new hammersmith. I hope you're better than the last one. You should have seen what the captain done to him.
Aye, he'll be having a hard time removing that hammer from its new home.
Oh, aye. Poor devil will never walk right again.
You shoved his hammer up his ass.
Get to attending to your work. The captain's upset with you as it is.
Okay, pretty, that's quite the technique you've got for discipline. More in the, BDSM family of discipline, but sure, whatever, float your boat, guys.
Say now, do you...
You know, you're looking a wee bit green.
There it is.
So much of the amber liquid, eh?
The amber liquid is piss.
Aye.
This shapeshift spell sure would be better if it actually,
Looks
like,
half
worked.
your breakfast landed in your beard.
Aye, I call it me flavor saver.
Vile.
Would you say that the captain's a patient dwarf?
You'd best quit asking questions and get going, laddie.
That good, eh?
Well, it's about time you showed up. You're a better hammersmith than the last wee bugger they sent.
Well, he was a bugger once you were done with him.
He made for me. You might be asking yourself what happened to the rest of it.
I'm not.
I guarantee you'll find out if you don't get into that forge and make me a new one.
It seems to be canonical that they ass-hammered the guy and just pulled the stick right out. So it's just in there now. It's that is not survivable. Just want to make that clear.
I could barely lift the axe in this form.
He walks up to the captain and says, "I can barely lift the axe in this form." I assume if I try to go into the rookery here, then he will complain. Oh no, it's fine. I can go in here. So Thrall becomes a smith, says Lord Apkinchat. Well, I mean, he became a dwarf, and therefore he has to be a smith, because all dwarves are smiths. Why would I need this? I don't know. Mine now. It's a different color, therefore I need it.
I'm not carrying around a full keg of explosives.
Then how about you eat the explosives?
I'd hate to get splinters in my teeth.
Fair enough. I don't want to know what happened to the guy who made those cannonballs, says Nettie in chat. Honestly, given that these are Warhammers, I don't know which is worse. They're both quite bad.
A hero should always have a set of these.
Use the lighter on it, suggests Lord Apkinchat. So now I have an empty powder keg and a cannonball, which is to say a very bad cannon.
It won't do anything.
Let's go ahead and blow up the powder keg.
It's a handy tool. but not there.
Really should have had a special message for that. Well, I assume I have some use for this.
Quit flittering a boot and get to work.
Nah, I feel like flittering a boot some more. Sorry. Flittering a boot is what I doot. The ladies.
Hey there, handsome. You've got to be the new hammersmith around here. If you ever need any help with your tools, I'd be glad to give you a hand.
My, what a fine, healthy beard you've got.
Oh, thank you. You should see my back.
That's okay. I'd rather see what you're working on there.
Oh, I'm just cleaning the shield. Apparently, there's a chicken.
Yeah, I know, Lord App.
Stuck in the plating. The dwarf who brought it to me was rambling on about chickens falling from the sky.
Ah, the chickens falling from the sky. The gnomes making them.
What kind of work's done here?
Most of the girls make leather harnesses, straps, and whips. But me, I'm in charge of making shields. Do you need a shield for anything, handsome?
I've already got a shield, but you could improve it.
Tell me more about your shield making.
Well, aside from this kind of work, I take old shields and refit them with new armor plates. Well, darling, if talking's all you've got on your mind, I'll get back to me work.
Yeah, that shield that's definitely a different color seems important, but I presumably can't just take it right from under her. But maybe.
I'm too busy to work on that. Of course. Sometimes a girl can be distracted.
Okay, so I need to f*** her, basically. I need to f*** her and then she'll work on it. Let me just take this shield right out from under her. It's not gonna work. Nuh-uh. I didn't talk to the other ladies, I don't know why. Yeah, this is the rookery. I clearly can't go there because he's in the way. Let's see. So, let's take the shovel. Shovel some charcoal in. Yeah, Lord App. That's going to be the way to upgrade the shield, but only once you've probably done some other stuff. Eat the charcoal.
I'd rather starve. I don't want to stick that.
He doesn't want to stick the shovel in the charcoal. Okay, just take some charcoal. It's just yours now. Whatever. Just touch the melting pot directly. It'll be fine.
I'm not putting my hand in that.
You sure? So presumably I need to put like a handle into the mold support. Or no, I need to put a mold into the mold support, one would presume. Do I have something to be a mold? An empty powder keg is like a mold. Apparently it is an awful lot like a mold. Okay. How do I get a stick in there? The shovel.
I don't want to stick that
He doesn't
there.
want to stick that there. Well, let's see what happens.
There's no metal in the pot.
There's no metal in the pot, folks. There's no metal in the pot. Stick a cannonball in there. That'll be enough. Just a single cannonball. Cannonballs are not that big. I just want to point that out. Oh, well, never mind. He's ahead of me. Stick the shovel in there.
That doesn't quite fit.
Stick the Wendigo trap in there.
Would be no help there.
But it's made of metal. Stick the important plot important axe in there. Stick the rotating gig tweaker in there. Just throw any metal item you've got with you in there. Maybe I just need to grab more cannonballs?
Flitter in a boot and get to work.
Good, good. Just melt down all of their cannonballs. What could possibly go wrong?
I don't need any more of these.
He knows he doesn't need any more of those. 3 cannonballs equals 1 barrel-sized hammer. Everybody knows that.
Move your backside, you get.
Okay, now you're gonna need 30 of those, y'all. This is Joey in chat. I really like the idea that you just have to walk by back and forth one by one. Can you talk to the captain, as Lord Afghan chat, but he actually said, can you tank the captain? And I assumed he meant, can you stick him in the tank? Which is my ultimate goal. Okay. The perfect hammer. Just a perfect lost wax casting, but instead of wax, wood. That's how it works. So now we put the shovel in it when it's soft, I see.
That won't work.
That won't work. I'm trying to figure out how we get a handle on it. I assumed I would just use the shovel handle, essentially.
That won't work. I'm positive this just ain't working.
Okay, destroy my priceless axe then.
Stick that there.
Just grab it with your
Hammer
hands.
needs a handle before I pick it up.
Yeah, I was trying to give it a handle, you jerk. Okay, what are my other handle options? I've got the right idea, I just don't have the right implementation. Maybe it's supposed to have a metal handle. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything else here that's gonna do it. So maybe there's something else in Shieldland that'll do it? Oh, maybe I need his handle. I should, yeah, now I should talk to him.
What can I do for you?
Well, bathing, shaving, and losing about 100 pounds would be a start.
Oh.
Oh, you're such a teaser.
We had a good conversation.
So, you work here, huh?
Yes. Have you come to be measured?
No.
Truly terrified of the idea of being measured for a saddle for some reason.
You're about when you are.
We had a good conversation. Let's just go straight to grabby hands with her. She'll appreciate that.
Hey, baby.
Not while I'm working.
Can you make me a special shield?
I'm really busy right now, but a little bribery always seems to lessen my workload.
Okay, just so I don't forget, I'm gonna see if I can get his handle, the handle from the last Warhammer. But it's about time to end this game and move on to the next game.
Good day to you, Captain.
It'll be your last day if you don't get me that hammer soon. Now quit your blathering and get to work.
Yeah, he's not gonna give me that handle. So no, not gonna happen.